All right, this is part two. Yeah, man, that's the amazing life me and VJ are gonna live. Hence why VJ constantly posts his pictures, because VJ can see the future. You can see the future, sweet. You know what I'm saying? She knows the kind of life me and VJ. She made a movie called The After Party Life. Yeah, me and VJ are gonna be living the fucking party life, man. We're gonna like the moment I meet VJ in Los Angeles, I'm gonna go clubbing with her. The moment I go to Vancouver, I'm gonna check out clubs with VJ in Vancouver. I'm gonna go clubbing with her and me and her gonna make out. Everyone's staring and trending online. Yeah, man. I'm gonna check out nice restaurants in Vancouver because I want to get a feel of Vancouver when I move there when I get out of Los Angeles. You know, so I charter my private flight. I go to Vancouver. You know what I'm saying? Visa's like we step into Vancouver. Visa's like, Ivan, this is Vancouver. Oh, yes, oh my god, Ivan, Vancouver's so beautiful. This is more beautiful than Los Angeles. Yeah, I showed you that picture, VJ. Yeah, that's downtown Vancouver next to the ocean. It's beautiful. It's clean too. Whereas Los Angeles is filthy. It's filthy, obviously. It's a filthy city, Los Angeles. Canada is known for being a more beautiful country than America, but America is known for being a more powerful country. It's a more powerful country. It's a richer country, more powerful, obviously, but Canada is a more beautiful country. It's more beautiful up here. It's cleaner. It's not crowded. Canada only has 2 million people living here, man. It's not crowded over here. Whereas the States is fucking crowded. You know what I'm saying? But VJ won't care. VJ won't care where we live. I don't care where we live. As long as I'm living a life with you and I'm with you, I don't care where we live. I can easily choose to move to Europe if I want to. I can easily choose to move to Europe. I can live in Switzerland if I want to. But I don't want to live in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Canada's my home. I want to live in Canada. Vancouver is where I want to live forever. I don't want to live anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Okay, VJ, if you want to, if VJ thinks of moving like VJ, I don't want to get out of Canada. She won't. I love Canada. I love Vancouver. I don't want to move. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, VJ, if you want to go to another country, we can just visit there. You can visit there for a month or 2 months if you want to. You see what I'm saying? We can easily afford it. Don't hate me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We live in Vancouver, but me and VJ will be traveling around the world. We're gonna have an endless bucket list, traveling to all these different cities, these different countries. Endless bucket list, traveling around the world. Yeah, getting a feel. VJ's been to a lot of countries. She travels a lot with her sister, obviously. But I told you, because VJ's not living the billionaire life, she has to fly commercial. She has to stay at cheaper suites. She has to watch out how she budgets it. Whereas with me, she can stay at the best suites in the world. $20,000, $10,000 night suites for like 3 weeks. Yeah. $30,000 night suites we can even afford. Pocket change. Easy afforded. Yeah. John Favreau and Dave Filoni will easily be able to afford to stay in suites too with their family too. For 2 weeks. John Favreau can easily afford to stay at $10,000 night suites with his family when he goes on vacation. Because guaranteed John Favreau will take his family on a vacation. During the 8 months, he'll definitely go on a vacation with his family, and he'll go to Europe. He'll go on all these cruises. You know what I'm saying? John Favreau will afford to even, yeah, he can go on all these, he can go on a vacation with his family. Easily stay at $10,000 night suites. John Favreau with his family for a good like 2 weeks, 2 weeks. He can easily afford it. It'll cost him a good what? Like $170,000. $140,000. If you got paid down $80 million after taxes, if he gets 70, 80 million after taxes back as pocket change, he can easily afford it. You see what I'm saying? Because John Farrell will be living a life. Dave Filoni can take his family, his wife on his vacation. The members of 17 can take their family on. But the members of 17, they have to be a bit more careful, obviously. But even because the secretaries and all them got their nice, like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 12. 10 million. They got like their 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million royalties. They can easily take their family on a 1 week vacation too and stay at suites too. They're all living a life. Yeah, man. I thought of taking the actors. I thought of taking all the actors on the vacation, but it's just going to cost me more money. I'm not going to do that, man. Like the actors, only my 17 and the directors I'll take for the vacation. Because the directors are the ones who directed your movie. Only the assistant director, the director, and the 17 go on a vacation. Was the actors I'm not taking on a vacation. Because the actors are what I pay them more than enough money. And it's just going to cost me more money. I'm not going to do that for the actors. Okay, the actors' vacation the actor's vacation for my company is the world tour. Guys, you already went on a vacation. You went on a world tour with me. You traveled around the world with me on my private jet. You stayed at all the luxury suites, all the best luxury hotels in the world, except you're staying in the cheaper rooms, obviously. You stayed at all these nice luxury hotels. That is your vacation. Yeah. Whereas my main guys, because the 17, like Eric Chong and all of them, I'm not taking them on vacation. No. Like my 17 are my main people. Eric Chong, like my head chefs and photographers are my main guys, but they're not like my main guys like my 17. My 17 are the fucking bosses of my company, man. Hence why I'll take them and their family on vacation, and I'm my directors, and that's it. Whereas the actors will go on a vacation with me too. They're gonna go on the world tour with me, on VG, obviously. That's their vacation, obviously. And Eric Chong and them, I gave them their $15,000 bonus after filming's completed, and so they can use that money for their vacation. I gave them a good deal. Okay, Eric, if he's hired, obviously. If you want to go on vacation, I'll give you $50,000 bonus. That's a nice bonus for you to go on a vacation with your family. You know what I'm saying? You can go on a nice 1 week vacation in Europe. In Europe. If you stay there for 1 week, you can stay at a nice like $500 a night hotel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, have a nice a $500 a night hotel is a nice hotel. It's not a luxury hotel, but it's a nice like top quality hotel. You stay at a $500 a night hotel is a really nice hotel room, but it's not a luxury hotel room. You see what I'm saying? But it's a nice room. You see what I'm saying? High chance all the photographers and all of them, they're going to use their $15,000 bonus and they're going to go on a vacation with their family with that money. They're going to use that money to go on a vacation. They go on like a 1 week vacation in like Europe, Cuba, Jamaica, Africa, China, Japan. I'm saying you go on a nice vacation. Yeah. Obviously, Ivan, where I went. Where do you want to film Zayn? Here's the thing, though. If Peter Jackson did not film Lord of the Rings in New Zealand, I most likely would have chosen New Zealand for Zanus. Obviously, but because Peter Jackson filmed The Hobbit there and Lord of the Rings, I'm not filming Zanus there because I don't want to have similar landscapes. People be like, we filmed because New Zealand has a lot of wilderness. It has more wilderness than even Switzerland. Switzerland has wilderness too, but not as much wilderness as New Zealand. But I scouted Norway. I scouted Game of Thrones was filmed in Iceland. Norway has that Viking feel, which I don't like, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Sweden has that Viking feel. I checked all the places, and I'm like, yeah, Switzerland's the best place to film it. I'll ask Peter Jackson. Peter, what I'm gonna do is I might what? When I hire Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson, I'm gonna what? When I plan Scars, when I plan my movie with VJ, obviously I'm gonna have me and VJ go on YouTube. Okay, VJ. I think so. I did my research before. I looked at all these 4K drone footages on YouTube. Let's look at all these. We can look at a good like 15 minutes of each footage, and let's see which place is best for filming Zanus. You know what I'm saying? Do you think VJ? I think Switzerland's the best. Do you think Switzerland's nice? Yeah, I mean Switzerland's beautiful. Or do you think we should film it in Sweden? You know what I'm saying? Or Ireland? You want to film in Ireland? No, I think Switzerland's the best, and I choose Switzerland. Switzerland's the best place for Zanus. I checked it out. There's a perfect place for Cyrus. You have the beautiful view, the shots of the mountains. You have the beautiful wilderness, the colorful field. Yeah, it's beautiful. But at the end of the day, for movies, most movies they rely on CGI and set building for the scenes. But I also want to have scenes where they shoot on location. It shows me riding my horse. You know how in Lord of the Rings they had scenes? Yeah, I want you to mix the CGI and set building with the natural feel, the location feel of Switzerland. Tell Peter Jackson that or Mel Gibson that way they know. You see what I'm saying? Tell Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson that way they know. That way they know, obviously. Yeah, man. Guys, remember that Gran Turismo land property I showed you? For in my life, that's beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna whenever me and VJ talk with the archives, and when me and VJ and George Lucas talk with the archives, I'll tell George, what do you think of this design here? I show him the Gran Turismo. He's like, Ivan, that's beautiful. Ivan, this is much better than my fucking Lucasfilm company. Like George Lucas Skywalker Ranch is beautiful, but it's not gonna be as beautiful as my property. I'm gonna pimp up my land, man. I'm putting like 20 million towards that, man. I'm gonna tell, look, man, I want my land property. Okay, Ivan, what are you thinking of for your design of your land and your buildings? I want it to be something like this Gran Turismo picture here. You have the docking area, you have the beautiful landscaping, the gardens, and you remember that picture I showed you? Yeah, and they're like, holy shit, Ivan, that's nice. Yeah, holy shit, Ivan, you have everything planned out. Yes, I have everything planned out. He's like, oh my god, Ivan, you're prepped. Yeah, I'm like, VJ, what do you think of this design here, Gran Turismo? What do you think of this, VJ? You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh my god, Ivan, that's beautiful. I love that design. Yeah, and George was like, Ivan, that's beautiful, man. That's nicer than my fucking Lucasfilm. That's nicer than my Skywalker Ranch. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Ivan, that's nicer than my Skywalker Ranch. Yeah, my property will be nicer than Skywalker Ranch. And it will be nicer than all the big studios property. Disney's. Yeah, remember that Gran Turismo picture I showed you? Yeah. Because when I planned Skywalker with George Lucas, okay, George, this is what I'm thinking of. This is what I'm thinking of for the layout of my land. Something like this Gran Turismo picture here. And George's like, Ivan, that's beautiful. Yeah, it's gonna cost me a lot of money because I'm gonna have to cut down like hundreds of trees. You know what I'm saying? Because chances are the land I buy will have a lot of trees. They're gonna have to cut down all these trees, build the roads, the building, the lights, the sign, the gardening work, the landscaping work, building the dock for the yacht, the jet. Yeah, I own this nice property of land for my Sky Source film studio. Yeah, man. That's why all the actors, when they see my land in the documentary, I'm gonna tell the doctor, look, man, I want drone high footages of my land too. Like sometimes when you have scenes in the documentary, you have a nice high shot footages of my land. That way you guys can see the whole view of my land. Yeah. Like, holy shit, Ivan has a nice fucking land, a nice property. His company's better than Hollywood. This is nicer than Hollywood, yeah. But the Hollywood film studios have really, really nice offices. Like Disney, Warner Bros., Universal, they all have really, really nice offices. Like a nice building. But it won't be as nice as my property, man. That Grand Turismo picture I showed, yeah, think something like that, man. Think something like that for my what? Think something like that for my property, man. Something fucking nice, yeah, man. I'm gonna have an underground parking lot. I think that's cool. I'm not gonna have a parking lot on top. No, I'm gonna have an underground parking lot. Obviously, an underground. You have the building, and you have like an underground parking lot where you can park your cars. Where my 17 can park their cars. Yeah, I don't have to have that. I'll see what happens. Yeah, man. Hence why all the Hollywood actors are gonna work with me so bad, man. It's something crazy. Something fucking crazy, man. Something crazy, obviously. Yeah. All the Hollywood actors are gonna want to work for me so bad. They're gonna want to work for me so bad. But I told you, your chances of being chosen is not high. Hence why, to be fair, I'm not gonna choose John Krasinski. I'm not gonna choose Brie Larson and all them. And it's Keanu Reeves. I'm gonna have them send in the reels, obviously. But chances are I'm gonna choose those guys. You know what I'm saying? But for the other small aces, I'm going to give other aces, actors, and all. You need to give these actors and hold up a fair chance. Hence why I'll have everyone send the reels, and I'll have Jon Favreau look at all the reels and all them. Yeah. I'll have Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni look at some of the reels, and I'll have the assistant director take the load off them and look, because Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni need to focus more on the business calls. But I'll have them look at some of the reels, and I'll have the assistant director do the dirty work and take the load off Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Okay, John Dave, look at a good 100, 150 reels. Around there, 200 reels, and then the remaining, I'll have the assistant director look at the rest, and he'll tell you, which one he thinks is best for the role, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do for the casting calls, I'm gonna have Jon Favreau have a script. You have the secretaries give give all the actors agents the information. The actors read the script, a certain, like a small section of the script, obviously. A small section of the script, obviously, and then Jon Favreau and them go over the script while they look at the reels. Okay, this actor reads the part, and they read the script, and they see if he or she's good for the part. You can do that, obviously. You don't have to do that, but I mean, you can have them look at the scripts. You have them have the script with them, and they constantly go over the script while they're looking at all the reels, and they see if this actor's good for the part. You don't have to do that. I said it in my script. Well, they don't have to do that. They can just look at the reels. Look at the reels, and they can see who's best for the part. It's not hard. And they have like their top 5 candidates, and they highlight all the candidates. It's like candidates highlighted. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And they look at the rules again, and when it's selected, candidates selected. Congratulations, you have chosen your actor for the movie. Something advanced with GPS system, yeah. The computer, yeah. Something top notch, yeah, man. To save money, I'm not going to have the actors come in and read. No, just have them send reels. It saves money. It's much more flexible, and it's easy. It'll be easier on Jon Favreau. There's nothing worse than don't have something crazy like X Factor and American Idol where you have hundreds of people auditioning. That's crazy. It's going to cost me a lot of money. No, just have all the actors send in reels. It's easier. The actors have a camera. They make a quick video. I'm only going to have them make like a minute and a half reels. That way it's easier on Jon Favreau, on the assistant director. But I'll have the assistant director do most of the dirty work. I'm not going to have Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni look at all the rules. That's crazy. Because of the boss of your company, you don't have them do as much dirty. Like they're going to be doing a lot of work, but you don't have them do as much dirty work. You put the assistants to work. Okay, John, you're going to be doing a lot of work, but I'm not going to have you do dirty work like the other guys. The assistant director will take low off you. He's going to look at, I don't know, if 2,000 people send the reels in Hollywood, I'll have Jon Favreau look at a good like 200 reels around there, and I'll have the assistant director take the low off them and do the dirty work and look at the remaining, I don't know, 2,200 reels. A lot of work, obviously, but I'm gonna have the assistant director take the low off. Jon Favreau, Ivan, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like I took the load off you, obviously, because I'm not gonna have Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni do like grueling dirty work. I'll have them do dirty work, but not like grueling dirty work like the other 5. I'll have them do a lot of work. Hey, you guys are going to be working every week, but it's more slack compared to how much the other guys are doing. If you guys feel stressed out, hey, John, to take the stress off you, I'll have the assistant director look at like 5% of the reels, 97% of the reels. You guys can look at a good 200. That's not bad. Hey, John, how does 200 reels sound? All right, that's fine. Okay, look at 200 reels. And then I'll have the director look at the remaining, the assistant director look at the remaining like 2,500 reels for the Grayscape movie. You see what I'm saying? For Zayans, I can have Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni look at 100 reels. I can have Guillermo del Toro take the low off them and look at the remaining, I don't know, 400 reels. Put him to work. That way he works. I don't pay you $400,000. Put him to work. And Guillermo del Toro will talk with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Who Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will tell all the people they like, obviously, from the reels they watched, and then Guillermo del Toro will highlight all the people who he thinks are the best for all the remaining roles, for Sirius, Eli, Cornelius, and all them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That way you take the stress off Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and all them. And they're not stressed out. You see what I'm saying? They're going to be stressed out because they're still going to be doing dirty work. Even me and VJ, even me and Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson are going to be doing dirty work. As working on a script, guys, is dirty work. It's a lot of work, man. Writing a 400+ page script is a lot of work. It's dirty work, obviously, but it's not as bad as what the other 5 are doing. The other 5 are going to be making a lot of business calls, man. So Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will be doing dirty work, obviously, but not as much, not grueling dirty work like the other 5. The secretaries and the other 3 are going to be doing all the dirty work, man. The head of production has to create all the schedules. He has to make all those do all that dirty work. Yeah. The legal advisor will have him be in charge of leasing the property of land in Switzerland for us to film. Because you need to lease land. You need to call the government in Switzerland. Okay, we're filming a movie in Switzerland. We want to lease a lot of land in the wilderness, obviously. And he leases the land. But I'm not going to have him lease the land until me, VJ, and Peter Jackson, and Guillermo del Toro and all them, and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and all them scout land in Switzerland. And once we scout land and we found the right locations, I'll have my legal advisor lease the land. Okay, call the government in Switzerland. I'll find them and lease the land for the movie. People are like, Ivan, how much land you want to lease? I don't know, Peter. How does 200 acres sound? Ivan, 200 acres? That's huge. For Lord of the Rings, you only had like 20 acres of land to lease. You know what I'm saying? Your movie, you're leasing 200 acres. 200 acres is huge, Ivan. That's 200 football stadiums. That's huge. Yeah, it's a lot of land. That's a lot of land to film. You want to have more locations for the war, the value of blood, building all the sets. You lease more land. That way, and the scenes when I travel on my horse. You know what I'm saying? Remember when Aragon traveled on his horse in Two Towers? You need to have a lot of locations for those scenes. And that's why you lease more land. I want to lease a huge property of land for the war. Because you're looking at like 15,000 Zane army, 25,000 Wolf army. You need a big land. Big land for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hence why all the actors, you guys will see, all the Hollywood actors will see how top notch my company is when they what? When they see my documentary. They'll be like, holy shit, I immediately want to hide. They see my studio office, they see my land, like Gran Turismo, yeah, like holy shit, Ivan owns a nice property land. I want to work for him, yeah. But your chances of being on a movie isn't high. I'm not even saying that. Hence why the Zane's actors are lucky because they're chosen, obviously. Whereas all you actors in Hollywood don't hate me. You're all left behind. You get what you deserve, man. You're not saved, obviously. You're not saved. You're not saved. You see what I'm saying? You are not saved. You're left behind. Yeah, so for Brie Larson, I'll pay her for the Grayscape. I'll pay her like chances are she'll be worth 30 million. I'll pay her 11.5. I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay what? I'm not gonna pay her and Paul Bettany 12 because I have to watch. I have to create room to pay the crewmen too, man. I'm only putting 310 towards salaries. Keanu Reeves and all the small ages are costing me like 100 like $60 million in salaries and bonuses. Obviously, right? Keanu Reeves and all of them are costing me like 100 million, and with the small A's actors, it's like 160, man. And you gotta watch out. You need to create room for your 7 team. I have to pay my secretaries and my 3, and John Favreau and all them. I also have to pay the cinematographers. I'm paying the cinematographers $2 million. The main guys, I'm paying 2 million. Yeah, it adds up. And I also have to pay the crewmen. The crewmen are gonna cost me 20 million bucks for the Grayscape movie. And before you know it, the whole budget's drained. So I'm saying you gotta watch it for your budget, man. Yeah. Obviously. And the remaining, I don't know, 45 million I have left over in the movie budget, I'll use that to pay Keanu Reeves, Scarlett Johansson, and Ben Affleck their post filming bonus. And I also have to use some of that money to fly in everyone for the Italy part, the party in Italy, obviously, the red carpet event in the luxury hotel, and the crazy party. I'm paying for their flights, obviously, the private flights, and I also have to pay for their fees for the world tour. We have to pay for the actors' living, feeding, and traveling expenses for the world tour. That's why what? Yeah, the whole thing will be drained, man. And if there's a little bit left over money, which if there's like 5 million left over, I'll just put that towards special effects. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? I can put it towards special effects. 255 million towards special. That's really looking at an amazing movie, that Grayscale movie. Yeah, man. Obviously, so Scarlett, if Brie Larson gets greedy and she wants 15 million, I'm like Brie, I'm not gonna pay you 15. That's crazy. I need to watch my budget. 11.5 million is good enough, and I'll give you 0.0 like 2% of the profits, which is a good, I don't know, 9 million in royalties. So she signed like a 20 million, a 20.5 million deal. It's a good deal for Brie Larson. She walk away with a good like I don't know 8.59 million in her bank. 9.3 million in her bank around there after taxes and the rates. That's a fat check. Brie Larson's 9. By the time she films The Great Escape, she'll be $9 million richer. She'll be worth almost 40 million bucks if she's worth like 30 million by then, right? Yeah, she struck it rich, obviously, but she did not make the kind of money guys like Keanu Reeves and Scarlett Johansson and Ben Affleck made. Some singer. As Keanu Reeves will make his like 80, 85, 90 million after taxes and the rates. Almost $100 million richer. He'll be $100 million richer. Keanu Reeves will be. You see what I'm saying? He'll be loaded, man. And Scarlett Johansson and them will make like 40 million after taxes and the rates. 45 million around there after taxes and the rates. If my math is right. Yeah, 40 million after taxes around there. 42, 43. million Scarlett Johansson and Ben Affleck are walking away with after the Grayscale movie. They strike it rich. They're $40 million richer. In Hollywood, they're never going to make that kind of money. In Hollywood, they make their $15-20 million. $15 million after taxes is only $9 million bucks. With the Asian, you're making like $8 million. You see what I'm saying? That's how much I'm paying Brie Larson and what? And John Krasinski, and those are small. He says, yeah, my company pulls out of the water. Yeah, man. These actors are all striking it rich. They're striking it richer, right? As they're already rich, they're striking it rich. They're going to be richer. And Javier Bardem, I'll pay him $9 because he's big. He's worth $30 million. But because he's not as major as the other characters, I'll pay him a bit less. He's worth more than Brie Larson and all of them. He's bigger than them. But because he's not contributing as much as the role, I'll pay him a bit less. I'll pay him $9. He'll agree to $9 million. That's a good deal. And Hollywood doesn't make that. He probably makes like $4 million for his movies. Pay him $9. That's a good paycheck for Javier Bardem. He's an A-list actor. And give him 0.01% of the profits because he doesn't contribute as much as the role. If he doesn't contribute as much as the role, I'm not going to pay him to give him 0.02. Give him 0.01. And Brie Larson and Paul Bettany, I can give them 0.02. If they're worth under 30, I'll give them 0.01. If they're worth over 30, which they most likely will be, because in 10 years, they're going to do a lot of movies in those 10 years. And chances are Paul Bettany and Brie Larson will be worth 30 million plus by then. I'll give them 0.02. Which is a good like 9 million in royalties, perhaps 10 million royalties. Just depends how much you buy a movie. If 700 people buy it, it's 6.6, 5 million around there for Brie Larson. But chances are about 900 people buy it. They're gonna make about 8-9 million in royalties, 0.02. And she signed Brie Larson, and Paul Bettany signed like a $20 million deal, which is like 9 million after taxes. Yeah, and the rates. Obviously. Yeah. They strike it rich. But I told you, even though these actors, even the biggest actor is going to strike it rich. As the major roles for my Grace movie, I'm going to pay those guys like 2.5, 3 million bucks for the role. Obviously, those guys all made a nice like million, 4 million, a million, 1 million, 950, 1.4 million after taxes. Fat paycheck, obviously. Even the biggest actors are striking it rich, but they're not making the kind of money the small ace actors and the ace actors are making. The ace actors are making way more money. You see what I'm saying? Even though everyone's getting paid a lot of money, there's a hierarchy of wealth. Everyone gets paid more money based on the ranks, obviously, of their status, obviously. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I'm going to tell all the Zane's actors, guys, please keep your conscience to yourself. Ariana Grande, you're making the most money out of everyone here. High chance Ariana Grande will make her like 20 million royalties. If 700 million people buy that movie, Ariana Grande will make 16 million royalties. But if 900 million people buy it, Ariana Grande will make like 21 million in royalties. And she signed like a $6 million deal. As Ariana Grande struck it rich, she's going to make like 12.5 million after taxes and the rates. She struck it rich, obviously. Fat paycheck, obviously, but it's nothing, right? But it's nothing compared to how much Jon Favreau and all of them are making. And so I'm going to tell Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, guys, keep your conscience to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't go bragging to the other members of my 7 team. They can get angry. And don't go bragging to what? To the Zane's actors. You guys are making way more than them. You see what I'm saying? The Zane's actors signed a massive contract, but they're not making the kind of money Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are making. As Jon Favreau, I told you, is going to make like $80 million after taxes and the rates. After taxes, because there's no rates for Jon Favreau. He lives in Canada. If Jon Favreau makes, I don't know, 150 million, he'll make like 90 million after taxes, man. So whereas these Zane's actors are not making 90 million. No, they're making like, they're all going to make their what? They're 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 million after taxes, 11, 12 million after taxes. Zane's actors. Fat paycheck, obviously, but it's not the kind of money Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are making. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Dave Filoni will make, I don't know, like $30+ million for the Zane's movie. 35 million plus he'll make. Not as much as Jon Favreau, but he made a lot of money. He made like $35+ million, Dave Filoni. He made way more than the fucking Zane's actors. And Peter Jackson, I'm going to be very sure with him. Peter, please, you know what I'm saying? You sign your nice massive, I don't know, $300+ million deal. Please don't go bragging to Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and the actors how much I'm paying you. Otherwise, guys like Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis knows Peter Jackson very well. He was in The Hobbit. He was in Lord of the Rings. He knows Peter Jackson very well. Please, Peter, I know you're probably not bad friends with Andy Serkis. Don't go bragging to Andy Serkis and Guillermo del Toro. Don't go bragging to Guillermo del Toro either. Otherwise, Guillermo del Toro can get envious too. As I'm paying Peter way more than Guillermo del Toro. Because Guillermo del Toro is my assistant director. That's why I'm not paying him as much. If Guillermo del Toro was my director, I'd pay him a lot of money. I'd pay him like Guillermo Toro, for my movie, I'd pay him like $50 million, and I'll give him like 0.05% of the profits. Guillermo Toro, you see, but because he's my assistant director, he's not worth as much. I'm paying him rich size. Guillermo Toro is gonna make a good, probably like, I don't know, $6-7 million off my movie. That's a nice paycheck for assistant director. That's how much he makes in Hollywood. Less than how much. That's more than how much he makes in Hollywood for a fucking movie. Guillermo Toro probably makes about $4 or $5 million for his movies in Hollywood because he's not that big of a director. He's pretty big, but he's not that big. You see what I'm saying? That's like gave Guillermo Toro a good deal, obviously. But he's not making the kind of money Peter Jackson's making, or Mel Gibson. That's why I say, Peter, please keep your salary to yourself. Don't go bragging to fucking Guillermo Toro or the Hollywood Zane's actors, or the crewmen, or the head chefs, or photographers. Otherwise, they can all get envious and mad because you're making way, way, way more than them. You see what I'm saying? Especially me and VJ. Like, me and VJ, it's a complete embarrassment of riches, man. Like, VJ, I know you're cocky, and in your video you're like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? VJ, please, be humble. Ivan, I promise I won't tell anyone. Yes, VJ, like, let's not tell. I recommend we don't tell anyone. If people ask us, you know what I'm saying, Ivan, like, what was your deal with Amazon? There's a high chance that the Zane's actors might ask me, Ivan, you know what I'm saying, how much did you make? I read your book. Your book is a masterpiece, Ivan. How much did you make off your book? I'm like, oh, it's none of your business. I'm not going to tell you, man. Ivan, did you make your billions? I'm like, yes, but I'm not going to tell you how much I made. It's none of your business, obviously. Because I don't want John Boyega, Vaughn Joje, Don Cheadle, Ariana Grande, Danielle Manette, Andy Serkis, and all them to feel like and Angelina Bassett. I know her name now. Angelina Bassett. That's the actor for Queen Sarah, obviously. I don't want those actors feeling like shit. Hence why what? Hence why what? Keep your contract to yourself and do not tell them, even though the Zane's actors know we signed that 30% contract, don't tell what? Don't tell the actors, oh, hey, you know the contract me and Ivan signed, we signed a 70% deal with Amazon. The Zane's actors can get jealous and envious because they know it's a fat deal. They know it's a what? They know it's a fat, like, $100+ billion deal for the movie. And that doesn't even include the merch. With the merch, it's a $200 billion deal. For the movie alone, it's Ivan and VJ signed like a $100 billion deal before taxes, a $12 billion deal. $130 billion deal they signed, $40 billion deal they signed for the movie. Yeah, it's a fat contract. It's finally going to enter holy shit. Even though we're making a lot of money, Ivan and VJ are giving us peanuts. Yeah, because you're not worth my fucking royalties. Yeah, hence why, VJ, keep your lips sealed. Don't brag to Peter Jackson. Don't brag to Guillermo Toro. Don't brag to Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Even though they signed big contracts and Zane's actors, don't brag to them as they can get envious as we're making way, 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 way more than them. So I'm saying, I should my caviar.